even further beyond!
Yes, sir. My name is Zakashi, and in this video, we are doing a top 10 units in the game video, man. I'm going to list who I believe, and I feel like objectively speaking, this list is the most accurate list that you guys will see on this internet. Me hitting godly last PvP season, I feel like, I don't know, I just have some validity in the teams I've encountered. Even though I did it in a cheesy way, I still see what units are there and what units people really use to push in terms of who is more valuable to the actual meta players who actually go for the top 10, the top 20, top 100, top cut, whatever. And yeah, honestly, just let me know what you guys think. I feel like the top 5, there should be no debate in the order that I've put them in. The 6 to 10, you could maybe move some people around, that's up to you. And then for honorable mentions, I've got 5, which I'm actually going to do first, and they are also in order. I feel like putting things in order is harder than it seems, which is why I don't do a lot of top like lists if they're going to be in order. But you guys will see what I think in this video, so you guys can actually leave your opinion in the comment section below, and even leave your own list if you have a completely different list. But just a disclaimer before I actually get into this video, this will be based on the current meta at the time at the end of this year. So my reasonings would actually move around, but I'll try to keep it as consistent as possible, but it'd also be based on the usage of characters. For example, I think I can just put it out there, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and I strongly believe this, if he gets his ultimate off as a last standing unit, he is still the best character in the game. It's just what it is. He's built that way, so he will always be able to one-shot units no matter what. But times have changed. He doesn't exactly fit in the meta currently simply because of his team as well. And there's lots of units that can just cancel buffs, so his value has decreased. So you shouldn't expect him to be number 1 just because of that. And that's an example of how I would base the list. There will also be some people who I might put in the list simply because their value has skyrocketed due to other units simply existing higher in the meta. But yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button. We are on this grind to 25,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be on the left. This is the YouTube channel, but we got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. I'm not going to hold you guys up any longer. This is going to be a serious video. Going to get into honorable mentions. I'm not trying to make this video too long, but I might need to really explain why I've put people in a certain place. Let's get into this, man. Alright, so we're starting with the honorable mentions, and I'm just going to put them out straight away so you can see all of them at once, and then I'll explain my reasoning so that the video doesn't get too long going one by one and repetitive reasonings you don't really need. So number 1 being the most valuable out of these honorable mentions, and number 5 being the least. Number 1 is LF Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Number 2 is Zenkai 7 Super Saiyan Bardock. Number 3, Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta. He's the one from the future, which is why I put 2, because there's the one from the first anniversary. Number 4, Zenkai 7 LF Super Saiyan Gohan Youth. And number 5, we got Hero World Champion Hercule, and I'm dead serious about that. Now, if I'm going to explain why I put each person there, Rose is there because his value is the fact that he's a purple unit, so he can fit swiftly on the mono purple team and be run as a meta unit. But there's one character who's, in my opinion, has a better kit than him, who has more value than him, which is why he's actually not number 10. But I feel like him and the number 10 could easily be swapped around, just depending on how you feel about it. Number 2, Super Saiyan Bardock. I feel like him as a unit, he is good, he's amazing, don't get it twisted. But it's his utility to the team that makes him so valuable, which is why he's not in the list. But he has to be mentioned because he is a timeless unit. He is never going out of date, simply because every time a new Super Saiyan comes out, they're like, ooh, Bardock gets to eat again? More time in the playground? Every single time. Standard, he's above the Vegeta because I feel like Bardock's kit is overall also better. But I can't put these characters in the top 10 list simply because of how the meta is. And for Bardock specifically, I feel like himself, he's not being used because of his kit, but more so because of what he provides for the team. and that isn't enough to call him a top 10 unit in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think about that though. Vegeta's there. He's been used with the mono purple team. He takes Dragon Ball's death buffs. He's actually got a decent kit as well. He builds buffs. FSK being number 4, I gave an example at the start. FSK is still a demon. You won't see him a lot, and that's just how it is. But I feel like there's not enough meta relevant units that are not in my top 10 to be above FSK, if that makes sense. So he still has to be an honorable mention. And for the 5th and final honorable mention, I've got the Hero World Champion Hercule. If you've watched my previous video, there's a video about Hercule Instinct, and if you want to learn about that, check the channel, man, because you're in for a good video. I'm not going to lie, it's an amazing video, and I honestly got to godly using Hercule. So if you want to tell me otherwise, you should be grateful I didn't even put him in the top 10. But he deserves a mention because he is an MVP for his utility to the team. Same reasoning for Bardock. Not actually a good unit, but what he provides for the team is disgusting. But yeah, those are the honorable mentions. I'm going to get into the top 10 units in the game now. I'm going to split the bottom 5 with the top 5. So I'm going to do the bottom 5 first, then I'll explain the top 5. Okay, so the bottom 5, starting with 10, going to number 6. Number 10, we've got LF Final Form Frieza Full Power. We've got number 9 with the Revival Han LF Super Saiyan Gohan Youth. Number 8, we've got Marjube. Number 7, we've got LF Super Saiyan Gohan the Adult. Future Han, which is his nickname. And number 6, we got Zamasu, the Goku Black Assist unit. Now, starting with number 10, I read Frieza's kit and it's actually very valuable, but I feel like LOE overall is just not a popular kit. I spoke about Rose being interchangeable with this guy, and I feel like if you wanted to put Rose number 10, maybe I should have even done that because of his value on a future team and mono purple team. But I feel like overall, yellows with the mono purple existing have more value, and especially this guy, people might have pulled him like not wanting to on the banner, but seen that he's actually very good. And with the leader skill update, you could actually apply him effectively, which I have been seeing quite a bit. Not too much, I've probably seen Rose a lot more, but I feel like when I come into contact with a Frieza, it's way more dominant than a Rose, just period. They're both very good, they both nullify endurance indefinitely with everything, but I feel like Final Form Frieza, especially having the Vanish Gauge recovery off his main, that just gave him the edge for me. But I feel like if we're basing it off how the teams are, then Rose would be in front. Revival Han, I've seen him with mono purple. His revival just gives him such a large layer of protection, and he is still a very strong unit, do not get it twisted. Some people actually opted in running him on Super Saiyans as well, which is very valuable right now. Marjube's value has skyrocketed. He's like the main unit on GT besides on G4, but even on fusions he's actually taken out Gogeta Blue. A lot of people run Marjube because of the explosive greens, what he provides for the team. Endurance as well keeps people in the game a very long time. Future Han and Zamasu and Goku Black Assist. We're here at this crossing point. I feel like these are another two units that are easily interchangeable, but I feel like Zamasu being a green and keeping up just makes him so much more valuable. I feel like Gohan's main source of value is the fact that he goes type neutral when one unit dies, and the fact that he has endurance. But Zamasu, Goku Black are so much more tankier, like so clear. Every time I believe they hit you with a blue card, they take a Dragon Ball. I believe they have healing capabilities. They can take your Vanish Gauge. Overall, they're just very solid. Dealing with them is a pain, even with mono purple. And with Ultra Gogeta being blue, Zamasu's value has also gone up simply just off the fact that green beats blue. So I had to put him in front of Future Gohan, but also that's something you might want to have a debate with in the comment section. So let me know what you guys think about that. But those bottom 5s are for sure what I'm going to have. I feel like right now this is objectively clear, like this list is strong as hell. Now for the main 5 that you came to this video for, the top 5, like it's undeniable who number 1 is, but I'm just going to list them out all together then to give my reasonings. So going from 5 all the way to 1, the number 1 slot, starting with 5, we've got LF Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. With number 4, we've got Zenkai 7 LF Super Vegito. Number 3, we got LF Super Saiyan Trunks the Adult, so he's the Sword of Hope Trunks. Number 2, we got LF Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, the blue boys. And number 1, undeniably, we've got Ultra Super Gogeta, who's taking the game by storm. If we start with G4, type neutral, he's a green who's keeping up with the mono purple meta. On top of the fact that he has cover change, sustained damage cut, he can take Dragon Balls if you actually run his platinum equipment at the max level of revival units. Overall beautiful. Obviously his ultimate, he's gonna nullify endurance. Like, so many good things with this guy. His green card cancels buffs. Like, it's just so lovely using this guy. G4 is a unit that is going to have an amazing amount of time in the meta. His longevity is beautiful, and number 5 suits him perfectly. Even though he's going to survive a very long time, he's not better than these other 4 units. Zenkai 7 LF Super Vegeta, one tap of a button with his main ability, all your attribute upgrades gone. Simple. Unless they're not cancelable, they're gone, wrapped up. You're not using them, and that is disgusting. That alone makes him so valuable. What else? He actually gains an insane amount of buffs. Every time he comes in, he has 3 or less cards, which is like all of the time. He will get extra card. He gets draw speed every time he comes in. Main ability gives him draw speed too. The buffs he gains, his platinum equipment gives him strike attack if he cover changes. There's a lot of things that make that guy so valuable, and he is tanky. He's featured at the moment, so he's just clear of G4, man. Honestly, number 4 suits him well. Number 2 and number 3, we got LF Super Saiyan Trunks Adult. I feel like Trunks would be number 2, and he'd have way more longevity than Goku and Vegeta if he wasn't binded into the fact that he has to be run on Future or Vegeta family to actually get his endurance. But because of that, I feel like that's where I put him in number 3. He's not better than Goku and Vegeta, period. Trunks is very, very valuable though. When his gauge fills up, you lose ki. You know how many times that's messed people up, especially me. Bars right there, I'm rhyming like crazy. His endurance was obviously a big factor if you're running him on the appropriate team. And then overall, he does a lot of damage. His ultimate does a lot of damage, especially when his gauge is filled. It's not a unit you especially want to mess with. Number 2, the blue boys. I don't really have to explain, but they get draw speed. They can nullify your cover change if Vegeta's in. Goku gets his gauge back. They both get a green card every time they use it. So when Goku uses it first time, they both get a blue card when they use their green card. When Goku uses a green card, he gets a blue card. When Vegeta uses a green card, he gets a blue card. The blue card mania is crazy. Every time they switch in between each other, they gain health. I believe they get draw speed as well. Key as well. It's just nasty overall, continuously switching, staying alive. You can get them to red health, they'll be on green after a couple switches of having draw speed as well. It's so dumb how good they are. And on top of the fact they nullify endurance every time they have a blue card, you just don't want to deal with these guys. And they reverse element, just so much to offer on the table. But then to think, number 1 spot, we got Ultra Super Gogeta, who is just better than that guy that I just mentioned, like those guys. But Ultra Gogeta, where do I even start with this guy? Green card nullifies cover changes. He gets buffs from it. Key, the usual, the things you need. Blue card destroys all of your enemy cards. So valuable. Main ability draws an ultimate card, which the ultimate card, when it's activated, it actually nullifies endurance for 30 time counts. Bear in mind that his main ability also comes up at 20 time counts. Z ability, fusions, and it has like a Super Saiyan thing, which is really cool if you run around him on Super Saiyan. Unique abilities, he has a gauge which can fill infinitely. Every time it fills up, you actually get a blue card, you get key, you get damage up, you get reduced, your sustained damage cut is insane, and that can be done infinitely. What else? Oh my god, like there's so much to go off this, and I'm doing this off head, which is just crazy how good he is. When a unit dies on his team, he locks in when he comes in straight away, and he becomes type neutral. That is insane. Then when he's last standing unit, believe he's the only unit to get this, he gets another ultimate art out of the blue for no reason. So you have an opportunity to nullify endurance for 60 time accounts for each ultimate art if you even get to last standing. On top of the fact he's a featured unit, he's an ultra unit, so his Z power pools are higher. Standard, it's not like how the Goku and Vegeta is a special banner. He's an ultra unit, so they'll be 2000. And yeah, that just makes him so clear. He has a strike cover too. I even forgot about the Goku and Vegeta having strike cover, but like strike and blast cover. But Ultra Gogeta's output is just so clear, it's undeniable. Damage output, undeniable. The utility, undeniable. And I feel like that's what makes him number 1. I kind of freestyled that whole thing one by one because I had my reasoning straightforward. It was so clear to me why certain people are in certain places, so clear to me who were interchangeable. But overall, that's my list, and let me know what you think. But yeah, that's going to conclude this video. Hopefully you guys actually did enjoy this video. Leave a comment if you agree, disagree, your top 10 list, who you change. Put 5 honorable mentions. 5 is, I feel like, is a good number. It's not too much, it's not too little, but it's okay. Overall, I feel like my list is perfect, honestly. I did keep an open mind with those people who could be interchanged. So like the ones I'm going to mention it again, because I just did go through the list. The Goku Black and the Future Han, they could be interchanged in my opinion. LF Rose and Frieza, they could also be swapped in my opinion. But yeah, press the subscribe button if you haven't already on this grind to 25,000 subscribers. All my social media links on the left is the YouTube channel, but we've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and the Discord link all in the description below. But I don't have anything else to say. I'm feeling Gucci. Have a happy new year, man. My name's Zakashi, and I'll see you guys in the next one.